All right, sorry about that, folks. Has a little technical difficulties there. I do apologize because of that. I had a phone call, and I guess the phone call knocked out the camera. So, um, if you're just joining us, we were talking about Saints training camp news, talking about some of the intriguing storylines, and just been answering questions from the Who That Nation. That's what been going down. I think the last question was about Ryan Ramczyk, about the offensive line and, who I feel like needs to get paid. Like I said, I feel like Marcus Williams should be the guy, who is the odd man out. I feel like that's the guy that's probably going to end up not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for tuning back in. Once again, man, I apologize because of that. This is the first time me using the streaming app that I normally use to launch shows from the studio at the house, and so I really don't know that much about it. It's the first time I actually did it on my phone, so I do apologize, folks. I say I'm opening the floor for more questions. I cannot remember, like, that phone call completely like messed up my concentration. I was like, man, what was I talking about? Somebody asked a very good question, and I was like, man, as soon as that phone call hit, I guess I was just so dialed in. I completely forgot. King Arthur, man, what's going on? He says, what's up, Who That Nation? Ignoring the fact that Marcus Williams is a top safety in the league. I mean, I don't want to say he a top safety in the league, but, if you're looking at numbers, he is. But I think we all know, it takes more than just numbers to prove that you are elite. You know what I'm saying? Your numbers can, tell a story, but it doesn't tell the whole story, So I do believe he needs to pick it up, I really do. Aaron says, with Tommy Stevens moving to tight end, are they preparing for Jared Cook to hit free agent next offseason? No, I don't feel that way. I don't think they're looking for him to hit the free agent market. I think that they like Jared Cook. I think they like him very much. I think that the Saints really see a lot in him. I know we see a lot of him in the Who That Nation. We see that he's tough. He's not afraid to go get it. I mean, he's willing to put his body on the line in order to make a play. So I don't see that happening. I just think that the Saints are just trying to maximize that position, which you should, because you never know. I mean, guys want to hold out. Guys want to test the free agent market. Guys want money that, they don't deserve and teams aren't willing to pay it. So you got to be able to be prepared, man. I mean, I don't know, man. If you think a hurricane coming, or if you even live in New Orleans, I mean, you already know that hurricanes do occur. You're not going to wait to the day of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to keep some plywood in your garage, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you have it boarded up. You want to make sure that you have things that you need around hurricane season, you know what I'm saying? Even though a storm might not come out there to the Gulf, but it's good to be prepared. So, not to say that they're looking to get rid of him. I just think that the Saints are just trying to make sure that they got their ducks in a row, if you will. King Arthur says, TJ, any news on Zach Bond progress at camp? Everybody out here saying he's doing a good job and he's a smart, instinctive player. And it's going to take some time, man. I mean, this is a guy's linebacker that's used to having his hands on the ground, so he's working on standing up. But from everything that I hear, everybody's saying he's doing a good job. Miguel says, true that. Chosen said, what up, TJ? We are talking about the salary cap and Mickey Loomis before the phone call came. There it is, man. Thank you, Chosen. The salary cap with Mickey Loomis. I was just saying, like, he does an outstanding job. And I think that there's one thing that we're not taking into account here, and I know we don't want to talk about it. Well, some of us don't. Is the fact that Drew Brees may not be here next year. And the fact that Drew Brees has already got the majority of the money that is supposed to be given to him out of a 2-year contract. You got to take that into account also, folks. So even though it may look like they're going to be a cap-stricken team next year, that's not the case, okay? I mean, the fact that they paid Drew Brees all the money that, up front, okay, he's Next year, if he comes back, he's probably gonna make about $2 or $3 million because he got the majority of his money at that particular time. So, not concerned about that at all, folks. Not at all. Jarhead Fishing says, I'm wondering what has Anzalone done to help with his constant shoulder problems this offseason. You know what, Jarhead? I don't know, but I do know that Alex Anzalone needs to stay on the field. Okay, I mean, it's easy for me to say. I mean, I'm not out there. Okay, it's easy for me to say as a person that's, I guess you can call me a critic on the outside looking in. It's easy for me to say, man, you need to be out there. But at the same time, man, I mean, the best ability is availability. Alex Anzalone is a really good linebacker with a lot of great traits. And the problem is we don't see it enough because he's not playing. If Alex Anzalone wants to be a New Orleans Saints after this season, he's going to have to stay on the field. Point blank, period. Okay? I mean, you can be as good as you want to be, but it's hard for you to be the best in the training room and in rehab. You know what I'm saying? So, got to be on the field, man. Got to get it done. Keen Arthur says, TJ, what cornerbacks can we go after now? You know what? I mean, I wouldn't go after any right now. I'm going to be honest. I ain't got nobody out there that's just so appealing and intriguing that I want to go after. I just don't, you know, that don't, you know, like Logan Ryan or something like that probably have a whole, you know, that's demanding a bunch of money. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, I had like Darquez Denard or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had him, I think, before he got signed. Dre Kirkpatrick was another person, you know what I'm saying, I think is out there right now. But, I mean, I want to see what Keith Washington can do. You know, I was looking at pictures of this kid, man. I mean, this dude, like, look tall and lanky and stuff like that, lengthy. So I'm interested to see what Keith Washington gonna do. I mean, look, we can go out there and we can talk about getting this guy and getting that guy, and I mean, but for the most part, the Saints kind of answered some of the questions that they had in the secondary. I mean, I think we all can agree that Janoris Jenkins is a complete upgrade from Eli Apple, and I know most of you will say that Malcolm Jenkins is an upgrade from Von Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I feel that way. Von Bell was a good safety, like, but at the same time, too little, too late. Okay, so they kind of addressed the issues that they had when it comes to leadership and you know and stability at that position. So I think that's the best you can ask for. And you got a lot of young players out there that are chomping at the bit to show what they have. So let's just see what these guys can do first, man, before we start talking about getting this guy and that guy. I understand how it is. You know, the secondary leaves a bad taste in our mouth every single year. They disappoint us some way, shape, or form, but we haven't seen this secondary together. And we, you know, you even got to throw in DJ Swearinger out there. Like DJ Swearinger is a good safety too now. Like don't get it twisted. Zach Bond is expected to be an immediate impact to our defense, but realistically speaking, how long do you think it'll take before he gets going? I'm projecting 6 to 8 weeks. That's about a fair timeline, Aaron. That makes a lot of sense. You know, I would say it's going to be some growing pains due to the fact that there were no off-season activities. But as smart as he is, and what the linebackers coach Mike Hodges has said about him, they said that he's doing an outstanding job and he's doing all the right things and he's a student of the game. So if he's a student of the game, it's probably a good thing, you know, and eventually he's going to go out there and he's going to play pretty hard. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Josh, no Hall of Fame receiver ran a 4.2 or a 4.3. That's true. That's right. That's a fact. We always looking for speed, you know what I'm saying? But speedy guys, you know, don't make it to the Hall of Fame most of the time. I love Drew, but we should have kept Teddy. A lot of people think so. A lot of people think we should have kept Teddy Bridgewater, but I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. Teddy Bridgewater did what was best for him. And Drew Brees, who has enough skins on the wall. The Saints don't want to move on without Drew Brees. Drew Brees don't want to play for any other team other than the Saints. And he said he wanted to come back. So the Saints, they accepted his request and, you know, they brought him back. But I feel like Teddy Bridgewater was going to be the guy. And I don't know if Sean Payton told him that he was going to be the guy or he told him that Drew was going to retire, but it is what it is, man. It's over now. I mean, we got Jameis, and even if you don't like Jameis, you have to admit Jameis Winston is an upgrade from Teddy Bridgewater. As far as talent wise, Jameis Winston is probably the best alternative that we'll have. I think a lot of people would agree that Teddy Bridgewater is not better than Jameis Winston when it comes to skill set. Okay, decision making we can have an argument about. Skill set, not so much. Chosen says, TJ, do you think Andrews Pete will be more disciplined with the holding calls this year? Yeah, I think so. Andrews Pete lost about 30 pounds, Chosen. You know, I think that was one thing that was hindering his growth and his ability last season. Was the fact that he was fat, out of shape. You know, like that, I'm just calling it for what it is, you know. And I don't think this would be something that Andrews Pete would be offended by, because even he would have to agree with that. He know he was out of shape. You know what I'm saying? He know he spent too much time, you know what I'm saying, in the buffet line. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You want a guy to have some good size to him, but at the same time, man, he was around 320, 330. You don't want to be like that, man. So, I mean, it seemed like, you know, he slimmed down, seemed like, you know, he put on some muscle. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be moving around this season. I mean, Andrews Pete, I mean, he pretty good, you know. I mean, I don't want to say that, you know, I know we like talking about Andrews, but I think that by losing that weight, I think that's a start for his development. TJ Logan came out and said he thinks he's more of a safety. Well, even though he's more of a safety, Keen Arthur, I mean, you still can play him in a nickel. You know, like, I mean, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is a safety, but the Saints play him in a nickel. Logan Ryan, I mean, he do some damage in the nickel as well. So even though you're getting a safety, I mean, you still can use him as a corner, but that means it's really up to him. Jerome says, TJ, any word on Clowney? No, you know, I haven't heard anything about Jadeveon Clowney. I haven't heard if he signed with a team or if a team is interested. I'm not really into the Jadeveon Clowney sweepstakes and have any type of investment like some may have. I mean, I really don't understand what the hoopla is all about. You know, if you're going crazy about Jadeveon Clowney, I mean, you should be going crazy about Marcus Davenport, because I mean, their careers are pretty much, you know, mirrors to each other. You know, good talent, good skill set, never on the field. So I don't get it. Guy who never had double-digit sacks, and you playing on the opposite of the greatest defensive end over the last 10 years in J.J. Watt, and you can't get a double-digit sacks when you have one-on-ones. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand why we're going so crazy about this guy. Now, if he signs with the Saints, I mean, it would be a good move. I mean, he does have talent, but for us to be looking like we got Reggie White coming from the Eagles to the Packers or something like that back in '94, I mean, I think that's a little bit much. Dwayne says Gerald McCoy went down with a leg injury at Cowboys camp a few minutes ago. They looked up and signed Everson Griffins. Yeah, a guy who is damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just what it is. He's damaged goods. That's the reason why Tampa moved on from him. That's the reason why he just couldn't get it right in Carolina. And that's the reason why he ended up with the Cowboys. I think that the writing is on the wall. I think that Gerald McCoy's career is winding down. And they did the right thing by going to get Everson Griffin, because they knew what they were getting with Gerald McCoy. You know, and that's why they went to go get Dontarie Poe and you know, and went to go get Everson and Aldon Smith and all those other guys. Drew Brees has a lot of weapons and protection, so everyone get ready to feel the breeze. And the defense, well, will bring the storm. Who that? Miguel, that's a lot of optimism right there. He does have a lot of weapons this season, but I hope his biggest weapon is the running game and some good defense. Okay, I don't want to see Drew Brees throwing the ball all over the field. I ain't trying to check for no Drew Brees trying to, light up the sky. No more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that no more. We've seen it done. It's good to see. We happy. We saying hooray. We clapping. You know what I'm saying? We got the umbrellas in our hand doing the Benson Boogie. That's cool and all. But I want to see the running game. Okay, we know what Drew Brees can do. We know he's the most accurate quarterback in history. More passing yards in history, more touchdowns in history. Okay, bravo. hooray, yippee. But, you know what I'm saying, I want to see the running game. I want to see the running game this season. TJ, what's to be expected from Bradham? I think that you get some solid linebacker play out of Bradham. You know, as long as he stay healthy, as long as the Saints utilize him in the right ways, I think he is, you know, a guy that can be productive. You know, a sideline to sidelines cover linebacker. So I expect good things out of him. Yeah, I expect him to be in the starting rotation. Kelvin says, do you expect an emergency salary cap decrease because of the lack of seat, vendor, and parking revenue? Or do you think the NFL will use reserves to keep the salary cap where it is? I think you're going to see a dip in the salary cap. I mean, the fact that, you know, no home games, nobody really working, anything like that, I mean, it's going to take a hit. But, I mean, you can look at it two ways, Calvin, right? You can look at it like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to drop the cap because we didn't have a good year last year due to COVID. Or you can look at it like people are going to be chomping at the bit to be running out to get merchandise and to come to these games, and we're going to make so much money. I mean, because let's be honest about this, folks. When we were all locked down around March and we couldn't really go nowhere, you know what I mean? We were like losing our mind in the house. When they said that we can go outside to do a few things, I mean, we were chomping at the bit just to do that. So I feel like the money is going to increase because the fact that nobody's able to come to these games, nobody is able to cheer for their team inside of the venue. I think that next year it's going to really, you know, have people excited to go out there. And the person that's probably the casual person that just watches in the comfort of their home is going to be trying to make it to some of these games. So I don't know, but I think they're going to try to protect the business and probably lower the salary cap next season or keep it. I don't think they're going to keep it the same way. They looked up by signing Griffin before the McCoy injury this morning. Cowgirls, yeah, lucky. I can't wait to see Tommy Stevens change the game in New Orleans. Simba, yeah, I mean, I don't know about changing the game. I don't want to ruin your optimism, Simba, but I don't know, man. I think that's asking for a little bit much. I don't know, man. I think the comparison of Taysom Hill and what we believe Taysom Hill can bring to the table and what we have seen him bring to the table is making us excited about a guy who hasn't proven anything. You know, I'm not saying that he won't prove anything. I'm not saying that he hasn't done anything for us to be excited about. He does a lot of great things and he's extremely talented. But I mean, this is the NFL. He is going he's going after a new position, a position he's not used to playing. So let's just pump the brakes on it just a tad bit. Well, I'm gonna pump the brakes. You get excited as you want to, Simba. I just think we need insurance for Lattimore and Jackrabbit. Yeah, I mean they do need depth, but I don't know. I want to see what these young cats got. I want to see what these young cats got. Imagine if the Saints win the Super Bowl and the world ends. We could all die in peace. Yeah, that's a good point, man. But, I mean, I don't want the world to end. You know, I still got some unfinished business, you know. I still got some unfinished business that I need to handle. Jarhead Fishing says, hurt this AM. What do you mean hurt this AM? What happened? Sam Mills talked about Bond as well. He will be disruptive in the backfield. Well, I hope so. You know, if Sam Mills up there, you know, lobbying for you, I mean, that's some of the greatest praise you can get, you know, from a New Orleans Saint. Miguel says, we will see what Teddy can do once we play Carolina. I think that Teddy Bridgewater is going to do well. You know, I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot. Teddy Bridgewater is a guy who I root for just when he doesn't play the Saints. Okay, I want him to have success because everything that guy's been through, and I just look at the fact that how people felt about Teddy Bridgewater when he first got to the Saints and how they feel about him now is amazing. You know what I'm saying? That is a prime example of a guy changing the narrative and changing people's perspective about him one play at a time. So I got a lot of respect for him. Chosen say, I like our chances in our division. The last two of the four teams have new quarterbacks, and they have to learn the offense and playbook with less time than normal. So we have the advantage. And that team is, well, we already know, man. I mean, we got Matt Ryan and we got Drew Brees, and then you got Teddy Bridgewater and Tom Brady, the new Brees, new cats of the NFC South. I mean, I don't know, man. Tom Brady, I mean, he's a seasoned veteran going into his 21st season. There's not much about a NFL team or an NFL defense he hasn't seen. Even though that's a new offensive playbook, I think he'll be just fine, you know. But, I mean, this game is not going to be easy. Now that you don't have fans in the stands to disrupt Tom Brady can really pick you apart. I mean, I'm just being honest. Brian, I think we got the better end of the deal with Jameis Winston. At the end of the day, have y'all noticed he's not squinting anymore when going through his regressions at his workouts? Look, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like this, Aaron. You know, I got to see it on the field, all right? I be watching people like I'm looking at this video that I put on the State of the Saints podcast last season, right? It was Marshawn Lattimore going up against Michael Thomas, and it looked like Lattimore was getting the best of Michael Thomas. And I'm seeing people critique this still to this day, okay? And they don't realize how crazy and how ridiculous they look critiquing this, okay? I mean, they making comments like number one receiver, huh? Number one receiver, huh? But they're not even paying attention to the fact that this is the same season where this guy broke the single season reception record. Okay, I mean, so you're critiquing this guy and saying that Lattimore is getting the best out of him. Meanwhile, this guy went into that season and was the best in the NFL at his position. So I don't really pay that much attention or take that much stock into what I'm actually seeing in practice or what I'm seeing on a video. I need to see it in a game. I need to see it in real time. I need to see if the guy can throw the ball down the field, if he's making the right decisions. I need to make sure that the running back is making the right reads and going through the right hole. I need to see if receivers' footwork in a game is being developed. That's what I want to see. I mean, I just be looking at people, you know, critiquing like practice. Like, I don't know, man. I got to see it in the game, though, Aaron. Brandon says, hard question. Do you believe that C.D. Deuce is Marcus Williams' replacement at free safety? Do you believe that Malcolm Jenkins is an upgrade over Von Bell at strong safety? I don't think that C.D. Deuce is Marcus Williams' replacement. I don't believe that. But I do feel like Malcolm Jenkins is an upgrade to Von Bell. Von Bell is a good player, solid. I think the Cincinnati Bengals got a solid safety, okay, for years to come. He might end up playing for them for another 6 or 7 years, okay? But Malcolm Jenkins is a leader. Malcolm Jenkins is a guy who's been in the league for a long time and has seen it all. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winning champion. He's a leader, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And he just has, in my opinion, more respect, more cachet than Von Bell has. So I just think in that regards, it's an upgrade. Ray says, have you gotten a chance to watch Project Power Ranger? No, not yet, man, but I heard it was good, so I'm gonna check it out probably when I get off. Today. I'm probably gonna check it out this evening, man. Probably me and the wife. But I mean, I've been watching. We had to binge watch, man. We had to watch P Valley, and we had to go check out. And we also had to check out The Shot, man. That's our shows right there. That's the shows that we watch together. You know what I'm saying, as a couple. So didn't get opportunities to watch that between her having to work on yesterday and binge watching The Shy and P Valley. Now I didn't get a chance to watch it. Excuse my auto text. Project Power. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I was like, Project Power Rangers. About to say, man, them boys done brought back the Power Rangers. Oh, man. I'm just kidding, man. I know what you were talking about. Hold on one second, folks. Huh? Okay. John? Okay. Sorry about that. That's the UPS man. So I had to receive a package from the UPS guy. State of the Saints podcast. Good thing is part 2. Part 1 was to be continued by phone call. Yeah, man. I be getting phone calls. A lot of it be spam calls, man, which I hate. Y'all be getting them spam calls too, man. People be like, don't hang up. You know, like, would you like anybody that starts a conversation and says, don't hang up, I'm hanging up. Okay. That goes to show you right there that's spam. And then you got those people that are from like, India and stuff like that be calling you and talking about how you won money. And if you send $100, we'll send you 3,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'd be so tired of those phone calls, man, but I don't know. They need to put a stop to that, in my opinion. TJ's Mirror, thank you very much for the $2. Say you ain't got no reflection, bro. Yeah, man, because I don't know, man. The glass. That's the other studio. So that's the reason I don't have a reflection. Right, TJ. Even the Falcons might sell out their stadium for a change. Yep. I mean, everybody gonna be chomping at the bit to try to get back out there to civilization. Cries, what's going on, man? He says, in my opinion, big picture, the only real roadblock to the Super Bowl for New Orleans are the Niners. Their D is still stacked, sound run game, and Shanahan can coach as well as Sean Payton in playoff games. Yeah, as long as it's not the Super Bowl. Yeah, man, I agree. I mean, the 49ers are a really good, solid football team. They're run really well. John Lynch has done an outstanding job at GM. I mean, it started off a little bit bumpy, but it seemed like they have reached their stride. But I mean, the Saints, in my opinion, I mean, they had a really good game plan last season. Like they were on it. Okay, I mean, Dennis Allen picked the worst day to call his worst game. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just, I don't know. He was just out there getting exposed as a defensive coordinator. He didn't have an answer for Shanahan's offense at all. You know what I mean? That's why I feel that's my only concern. I feel like the Saints defense struggles when they're going up against elite offensive play callers. And you have two legends, you know what I'm saying, coming through the spot, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Shanahan is slowly becoming an offensive legend. Then you got Andy Reid, who definitely is an offensive legend. So you better get it together, or it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be rough. TJ, who would you choose as the New Orleans Pelicans' new coach? Avery Johnson, David Blatt, Sam Cassell, Ty Lue, Ken Atkinson. None of them. Okay, if I had the choice, I would choose Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson would be the new head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. Tyronn Lue, I would pick him second if I had to, because of his ability to work with superstars like LeBron and stuff like that with the Cavaliers. Sam Cassell has been an assistant coach for a long time. He deserves a shot at being a head coach. David Blatt, I would have a concern about how he would deal with some of these players coaching in a European league. I think there's a certain style that he had as a coach. Avery Johnson, I feel like he does well. He's a better college coach. He's more of a motivational speaker type guy. Sometimes, when guys become grown-ups and they're professionals, those rah-rah speeches don't seem to, register well. And Kenny Atkins, I feel like he would be a solid coach, but I don't feel like he would be the answer. So if I had a choice, I would choose Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson has proved he's a team builder. Mark Jackson has proved he's a leader. If you watch Mark Jackson play the game of basketball at the point guard position, he played at a high level. He was well respected in the league, and he's a legend, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. So I feel like he will automatically come in, and because of what he did with the Golden State Warriors, we all know that he was the one that drafted Draymond, and he was the one that drafted Clay and Steph. So this is the guy that comes in with the cachet that guys will automatically just rally behind, and I think that he will lead them to where they need to be. I mean, that's just my honest and humble opinion. I agree. Tom Brady will be fine. I love Teddy also, and I hope he does well, except when he plays us. But I do think we have an advantage this season with all of the changes in Tampa and Carolina because of consistency. We maintain virtually all of our top players on both sides of the ball and only needed. I agree with that. It only added to it. I think that was a smart move by the Saints, Angela. The fact that the Saints decided to re-sign some of their players that were out there, the guys that we probably I would have to say this. They probably wouldn't be on the team if it wasn't for COVID-19. I don't think PJ Williams would be on the team if it wasn't for COVID-19. Austin Carr wouldn't have got re-signed. I feel like some guys wouldn't have came back. I feel like the fact that the Saints understood that there were going to be no OTAs, no mini camp. You want to get as many guys that understand the offensive system back into the facility as you possibly can, because they have an advantage versus somebody like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that has, a new quarterback, new tight ends, new offensive line, new running backs. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle. So, can you picture Dak Prescott with black and gold? No, I can't. I can't see Dak Prescott playing for the Saints. I can't see that at all. I think that he might end up being the next starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears. Or, that's why I see him as. I see him as the next starting quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I don't see him as the next starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. Brandon says, by the way, Dez Bryant is working out for the Baltimore Ravens this week. Well, that's good because, I just posted on Twitter about Dez Bryant. I was getting a little concerned. I thought that maybe he got blackballed by the NFL because I really don't understand how a guy as elite as he has been, throughout his career can't even get a tryout. So hopefully he gets the job, man. I'm excited about that. I think he's hungry. I think he wants to play. So good luck to him, man. PJ Blackbell and somebody, he would still be here. Yeah, man, he wouldn't still be here if he know where the bodies are buried. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He know where the bodies are buried. You know what I'm saying? He got some incriminating pictures. He got something. Okay, there's no way in the world that PJ Williams just constantly just gets re-signed based on play alone. I mean, he has to know something. I mean, I think the information that he have, it might be able to take down the entire Saints organization. Maybe he's the whistleblower, or could be the potential whistleblower of the Gail Benson scandal. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he know what's really going on at the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But I don't know, man. I just don't know what is really. I don't know what they see in him. I just don't. I just don't. TJ, I remember when you played along with that guy who called you and said Trump wanted to give you money. That was funny as hell. You even fake cried, bro. That was too funny. Yeah, yeah. When that scammer called, man, and I was at the station and I was like, okay, man, they calling. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and record this. I thought it would be funny, but yeah, man. I mean, y'all up here trying to clown me, so I guess y'all, I want to clown you too. Car and PJ walked in on somebody doing something. Yeah, for real. I don't know if the coke was on the desk. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if the weed, was on the desk. I don't know what was going on. Liquor or something. Something had to be going on in order for these guys to still be on the team. I mean, something got to happen. Byron here, between the Panthers and the Falcons, which team do you think puts us in a tougher divisional fight for us? The Falcons. The Falcons always play us tough, man. We just those games are always exciting. We can hate that team all we want to, and we definitely do. But they do generate some excitement, and it's always a down to the wire type game. Sometimes it might be a blowout. They did get us. They got us last year. And we've gotten them a couple times. So, but overall, those games be exciting because, they got Matt Ryan. They still got their team intact pretty much. So, I think that's going to give us the toughest. And also Tampa, you know. Carolina, I feel like they're going to be playing tough too because they always do, but I would put the Falcons ahead of all those. This is the last one I'll read, and I got to get some work done. It says, Brandon says, who is the most overrated player in the NFL to you, TJ? The person that y'all wanted the Saints to sign, Jadeveon Clowney. That's the most overrated player, in my opinion. I mean, what has he done for us to be sitting up here, you know, watching our phones, hoping a notification come through to say that the Saints sign him? I feel like he is the most overrated player in the National Football League right now. I mean, he overrated himself. I mean, the fact that he thought that he was going to get $20+ million like Aaron Donald, all I got to say is, what was he smoking? Okay, the fact that he thought that he was going to get that type of Skrilla, I do not know. I feel like he is the most overrated player in the NFL right now. I honestly, I don't think that you can find a more overrated player than Jadeveon Clowney is. I never seen a guy that wants to get so much money based on 1 year production. I mean, I just don't, you know. I mean, he flashes on the field, but it's not like he all over the field. It's not like we talking about Luke Kuechly or something like that, or Ray Lewis or Troy Polamalu or something. Like we talking about a guy who's in and out of the lineup due to injuries, a guy that might make a play or two that make you say, dang, this dude's the truth. But at the end of the day, does not do anything else besides that. So overrated, look no further than Jadeveon Clowney. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And once again, I do apologize for the little hiccup that we had to start a part 2. But please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Also, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. And audio version is available also, folks. So you might be at work, not be able to check out the YouTube channel. And I understand, unless you have YouTube Premium. If you close your phone, then I think the video goes out. So if you just want to check out the audio form, it is available on Spotify, Anchor FM. You can check it out, man. So support the State of the Saints podcast on audio form. And also, if you're just joining us Tuesday, tomorrow, we have Delvin Breaux on the show. Wednesday, we have the athletic writer and also Saints reporter Jeff Duncan will be on the show. And hopefully this week we'll have former offensive tackle of the New Orleans Saints, Jermaine Bushrod, on the show. I've been talking to him throughout the morning, so we're trying to schedule a time where we can actually do an interview together. So we might have Jermaine Bushrod on the show, folks. So be on the lookout. I'll keep you all posted. Thank you all. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Wear a mask. And like always, all I got to say is,